So today, Vicky and I are going to talk about falling off the breathing wagon. So we've both been on holiday. Yay.
Yay.
And you know, we were saying how wonderful it was that we were able to take time off. I had a solid 2 weeks off. Vicky can talk more about hers in a moment. And it was absolutely brilliant to be able to switch off. But what I struggled with was keeping a consistent breath practice while I was on holiday and actually allowing myself to let go of that because that's okay. But what I have also found really difficult is regaining that consistency having come back from holiday. And what I realized is how much I rely on routines, but also how difficult it is for me to get into them in the first place.
Mhm. And I will just say exactly the same that, you know, lovely to be away, lovely to be in a change of surroundings, but also I found it so difficult to continue with my breathing practice. I found other things that I could focus on, like being outside, being with family and connection, but my actual schedule, that my day-to-day schedule of when I breathe, and then having also some of the tools that we use for breathing, just kind of went by the wayside. Then I came back to a new house, and it's even harder to get back into my schedule because I'm in a different surrounding again. And actually, I was just talking to some of my clients the other day. It's like I used to get up every morning and do my cold water face immersion. I can't find my bowl. I can't find my water bowl. And and I'd completely forgotten about it. But I am a person that works on a schedule. And every now and again, yes, it's great to let go of it. But Jackie and I both recognize that we fell off the breathing bandwagon and we got back on, but I'm still trying to find I'm still trying to find my way around it.
Yeah. And I think what it highlighted to me was, I mean, how difficult it is to get into a regular practice of, well, anything. Um, and but also how important it is. And to find a way to make it work for you. And, my day to day when I'm at home, I'm similar to Vicky. I get up first thing in the morning. I have the quiet of the house to myself. I'm the first one up and I do my breath practice and it sets me
Mm,
up for the day. And I do
yeah.
that every single day until I wasn't at home for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly it was really difficult. And sometimes I was away in the middle of nowhere and didn't have any signal, or I didn't have my headphones with me, or I was sharing a van with my partner and he's not a very relaxing person to lie next to. Um, so it's like, how can I make this breath practice work for me? And one of the things that I will do is I will beat myself up for absolutely everything, whether it's my fault or not, whether it will help or not. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I thought, you know what? I'm on holiday. I am nourishing my nervous system in so many ways. And that actually, even though I wasn't doing my daily breath practice in the way that I did at home, I was still honoring my breath every single day. I was
Mm-hmm.
still using my breath awareness in every moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was using it when I was slogging up a big steep mountain in the sort of awful heat. I was listening to my breath and my body was saying, dude, can we go a little bit slower? And I was like, okay. And doing all of these things that I know to do. And listening to my breath and my body. So just because I wasn't doing a dedicated breath practice didn't mean that I wasn't doing what my body needed. Um,
Yeah.
but yes, that then when things did return to normal, when I did then get back home, that it was a real effort to get back into that regular practice. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, to give ourselves a little bit of grace with that things are hard and that, maybe you miss a day and that's okay. Just don't miss another day.
Yeah.
But to give ourselves that allowance, that we're human, which is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, but it
Yeah.
also means that we're imperfect. So there we go. I'm imperfect.
Well, me too. But one of the things that here's my little win. I didn't necessarily follow my exact breath practice, but I've been doing this for long enough now that my minute to minute breathing is functional. So
Exactly.
I might not have had my 10 minutes or 20 minutes of a, excuse me, breath session, but I was nasal breathing and I'm not upper chest breathing. I was following that functional breath. And, that is always the one we need to have as our baseline. Um, and I remember just one moment on vacation holiday. My sister and I had traveled to France. It had been a long trip. We walked down to the edge of the beach and the expanse of the beach and the waves and the mountains and the sunshine. And I said to my sister, it's all worth it. And I remember just standing there and breathing. No words, didn't need words, but that breath was just there for me and it was calming. Um, so, like you said, we've still got it, but sometimes we move away from those little sessions, concentrated sessions of, but I did take my sleep tape with me and I use that every single night.
And you know what? That is a breath practice in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's knowing that our breath and our breath practice is always there for us to come back
Mhm.
to in every single
Mhm.
moment. Um, and yeah, and I think isn't that beautiful that, that having that baseline or that foundation
Mhm.
of your breath, that even if you don't really do much around your breath, it's there, and
Mhm.
it's worth really doing the work to
Yeah.
have that breath to support you.
Yeah. It's always there. Always there.
It is.
Mhm.